The lost engineering secrets that built empires without electricity. Imagine trying to build a city so powerful that it lasts thousands of years without electricity, without engines, without computers, and without modern tools. No power grids, no machines humming in the background, just stone, water, wood, gravity, and human intelligence. Yet somehow, ancient civilizations didn't just survive like this, they dominated the world. They raised massive temples, engineered cities that still confuse scientists today, and built empires that stretched across continents. And here's the shocking part. Some of the engineering methods they used are still not fully understood, even with modern technology. These were not lucky accidents or primitive guesses. They were deliberate, precise systems designed by people who deeply understood physics, materials, and nature itself. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the lost engineering secrets that allowed ancient empires to rise, expand, and endure without a single watt of electricity. Stone engineering that defied time. Walk up to the Great Pyramids, Machu Picchu, or the Roman Colosseum, and one question hits immediately. How is this still standing? These structures were not slapped together with rough stone and hope. Ancient builders shaped massive blocks so precisely that you cannot slide a blade between them. Some stones weighed more than modern cranes can comfortably lift, yet they were transported across long distances using nothing but human coordination, ramps, rollers, and an understanding of balance. What makes this even more impressive is that many of these structures were designed to survive earthquakes, weather erosion, and time itself. The stones were placed in ways that allowed movement without collapse, absorbing stress instead of resisting it. These builders were not guessing. They understood load distribution, friction, and stability at a level that still humbles modern engineers. The fact that many of these monuments outlast modern concrete structures says everything about how advanced this knowledge truly was. Water systems that powered entire civilizations. Before electricity powered cities, water did the heavy lifting. Ancient engineers mastered water in ways that feel almost futuristic. Roman aqueducts carried fresh water across valleys and mountains using gravity alone, maintaining precise gradients over dozens of miles. A mistake of even a few inches could have stopped the entire system, yet many aqueducts worked flawlessly for centuries. In places like ancient Persia, underground channels known as qanats delivered cool, clean water through deserts without evaporation. Meanwhile, civilizations in South America built canals and terraces that prevented floods, stored water, and turned harsh landscapes into agricultural powerhouses. Water was not just for drinking, it powered mills, regulated temperature, flushed waste, and supported massive populations. These systems were so well designed that some are still functional today, quietly reminding us that electricity was never required to think smart. Mechanical ingenuity. Without motors. Long before engines existed, ancient civilizations created machines that multiplied human effort using simple physics. Gears, pulleys, levers, and counterweights allowed workers to lift enormous loads, grind grain, crush ore, and move materials efficiently. The Greeks developed complex mechanical devices like the Antikythera mechanism, a machine so advanced it could predict astronomical events using interlocking bronze gears. In ancient China, engineers built seismographs, automated bells, and water-powered clocks that tracked time with surprising accuracy. None of these systems relied on electricity. They relied on motion, gravity, and mechanical sequencing. Once you understand the principle, you realize how dangerous this knowledge was in the right hands. A society that could automate labor without fuel or power grids had a massive advantage, and that advantage translated directly into economic strength and political dominance. Urban planning that controlled climate and comfort. Ancient cities were not chaotic clusters of buildings. They were carefully planned ecosystems. Streets were aligned to capture wind flow and reduce heat. Buildings were positioned to create shade during the hottest parts of the day. In places like ancient Egypt and the Indus Valley, homes were designed with ventilation shafts that cooled interiors naturally. Romans used hypocaust systems, where hot air circulated beneath floors to heat buildings without flames or electricity. Public baths, forums, and housing blocks were designed around human comfort. not just survival. These engineers understood airflow, thermal mass, and insulation long before modern science gave these concepts names. Their cities worked with nature instead of fighting it, which is why many of them were cleaner, cooler, and more livable than some modern urban spaces. Logistics systems that fed millions. Building an empire is one thing, feeding it is another. Ancient civilizations engineered supply chains that would challenge modern planners. Roads were constructed with layered materials to support heavy transport year-round. Storage facilities were designed to keep grain dry, cool, and protected from pests. In Rome, massive warehouses and distribution systems ensured that food reached citizens regularly, preventing unrest and famine. In the Andes, the Inca built storage complexes at different elevations to preserve food using natural temperature differences. These systems were not random. They were carefully calculated networks that balanced production, storage, and transport. An empire that could reliably feed its population could focus on growth, culture, and innovation, while others collapsed under scarcity. Knowledge that was guarded and then lost. Perhaps the most haunting part of ancient engineering is how much of it disappeared. Wars, collapses, and cultural shifts wiped out libraries, killed skilled builders, and broke chains of knowledge transfer. Some techniques were deliberately kept secret, passed only to select groups. When those groups vanished, so did their expertise. That is why modern engineers still debate how certain structures were built or how specific materials were formulated. This loss reminds us that progress is not always a straight line forward. Entire civilizations can master techniques that later societies struggle to rediscover. The ancient world was not less intelligent. In many ways, it was simply optimized differently, focusing on durability, efficiency, and harmony with natural forces. Materials science, far ahead of its time. One of the most overlooked secrets behind ancient empires was their mastery of materials, long before chemistry became a formal science. Roman concrete is the perfect example. Unlike modern concrete that cracks and weakens over time, Roman concrete actually grows stronger when exposed to seawater, thanks to a unique blend of volcanic ash and lime that forms new minerals over centuries. In ancient India, builders produced iron pillars that resisted rust for over 1,000 years, standing fully exposed to the elements without corrosion. Mesoamerican civilizations created pigments and plasters that kept their color and strength long after modern equivalents would fade. These materials were not accidents. They were the result of generations of experimentation, observation, and refinement. They built not just for the present but for the future. If this kind of history fascinates you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves discovering how the past quietly shaped the world we live in today. Drop a comment about which ancient civilization you think was the most advanced. And stay curious, because sometimes the smartest ideas are the ones we left behind.